Hello students and welcome back to Maths for class 8th. Today's subtopic is finding square roots. We already know what is meant by square of a number. The square of a number n is the number multiplied by itself and is denoted by n raised to the power of 2. Hence, the square of a number is that number raised to the power of 2. So if I say that n is 3, then the square of 3 will be 3 multiplied by 3, which is denoted by 3 square. So what is a square root? The square root is the inverse operation of square. We take the positive square root of a number and it is denoted by this symbol. Let us take an example. If 3 square is 9, then the square root of 9 will be 3. Let us consider two positive numbers a and b. Then the square root of ab is equal to the square root of a multiplied by the square root of b, because here it is ab, it is the product of these two numbers. So we can express it as the square root of a and multiplied by the square root of b. The second instance, the square root of a upon b can be expressed as the square root of a upon the square root of b, or it can be expressed as the square root of a upon b, can be also expressed as a upon b raised to the power of half. Now let us discuss some methods of finding square roots. The first one is through repeated subtraction and second through prime factorization. Once we learn how to find the square roots of numbers through prime factorization, then we need to apply that knowledge so that we can verify if the given numbers are perfect squares of the numbers. So let's begin by finding the square roots through repeated subtraction. Now to perform repeated subtraction in order to find the square root of a number, we subtract successive odd numbers starting from 1 from the given square number till we get 0. Now the number of times we make the subtraction is called the square root of the given square number. Now for example, if you are asked to find the square root of 81, so what is the rule? You have to start subtracting successive odd numbers starting from 1. And odd numbers, as you know, are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. So we begin with 1. So we subtract 1 from the given number. So 81 minus 1, you will get 80. Then the next successive odd number is 3. So from the answer that you get in the first step, you will subtract the next odd number from that answer. So 80 minus 3 is 77. So every time you will be subtracting from the answer that you get in every preceding step the next successive odd numbers. Just remember that the odd numbers are successive and have to be only odd numbers. Don't get confused here. So it's very simple. If you take the given number, you subtract 1 from it, you will get the answer. From the answer that you get, you subtract the next successive odd number. And you have to continue doing this till you get 0. The step at which you get the 0 is going to be the square root of the number. Okay? The second method is through prime factorization. Now here are certain steps that we will be following in order to find the square roots by prime factorization. First, we have to find the prime factors and form pairs of like factors. Surely you know what are factors and how you find the factors of numbers. So first we have to find the prime factors, form the pairs of like factors, and from each pair we will pick out one prime factor. Then we need to multiply the factors which have been picked, and the product is the square root of the given number. So let's look at an example. If we are asked to find the square root of 7225, then we have to find the prime factors of this given number. So you will find the prime factors of 7225. So these are your prime factors. So you've already found the prime factors. Now we need to form pairs of like factors. So you write the given number, write the prime factors that you have found out, and underline the pairs. If you are getting the pairs, then underline the pairs. Now from each pair you have to pick out only one prime factor. So from this pair you will pick out 1, and from the next pair you will pick out 1. Okay. The next step is we need to multiply these factors which we have picked. So to find the square root of this number, we will multiply 5 by 17. So the square root of 7225 is 85, which we have got by multiplying 5 by 17. Okay, before I go to the next example, I'll quickly brush through this. To find the square root through prime factorization, first you write the number, find the prime factors of the given number. Once you have found the prime factors of the given number, you form pairs of the prime factors. Now from each pair, you pick out one number and multiply those numbers that you have picked up. This will give you the square root of the given number. So let's take the next example now. If you are asked to find the square root of 324, again you will find the prime factors of 324. Write down the prime factors of 324 and find the pairs of the prime factors. Once you have found the pairs, you pick out one from each pair and multiply these to find the square root of this number. So you will get the square root of 324 as 18 by multiplying each member of the pair that you have picked out. Now you have to remember this, that a square number has complete pairs of its prime factors. If you have a number like this, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, then it is not a perfect square because it needs to have complete pairs of its prime factors. Okay. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to apply the knowledge that we have gained. In the previous slide, we have learned about how we can use repeated subtraction and prime factorization to find the square root of the numbers. So now we are going to use that to verify if the given numbers are perfect squares. So the question is 90 a perfect square? To know if 90 is a perfect square, first we need to find its prime factors. So once we find the prime factors of 90, you will try and make pairs of these prime factors. So you see here the factors of 90 are 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5. So we've got only one pair of number. 2 and 5 do not have a partner, they do not form a pair. Since the prime factors 2 and 5 do not occur in pairs, 90 is not a perfect square. Remember what I told you, to be a perfect square, each prime factor needs to be in pairs. Next one, is 2352 a perfect square? If not, find the smallest multiple of 2352 which is a perfect square. Also find the square root of the new number. So here you have three questions to which you have to find the solution. So let's take the first one. Is 2352 a perfect square? To find out if the given number is a perfect square, we have to find its prime factors first. So once we find the prime factors of 2352, we need to write them and see if they form pairs. So here we've got the factors of 2352. So it is 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 7, multiplied by 7. Now if we make pairs, we see here that 3 does not have a partner. Now since the prime factor 3 has no pair, 2352 is not a perfect square. Okay, so you have found the answer to the first question. Now, if it is not a perfect square, you have to find the smallest multiple of this number, which is going to give you a perfect square. So for this, if this number, if 2352 had all its prime factors in pairs, then it would have been a perfect square. So here we have seen that 3 does not have a pair, which means if I had to multiply 3 by 3, then it would have been a perfect square, correct? So we will take this number which does not have a pair and we will multiply it by 2352. So once we take this number which did not have a pair, we will get the perfect square. So we have multiplied 2352 by 3, which has given us the perfect square. So the required smallest multiple of 2352 is 7056, and 7056 will be a perfect square. Under what conditions? That 3 has a partner. So this is what we have done here. Okay. The third question is find the square root of the new number. Which is a new number? The new number is 7056. So now we have to find the square root of 7056. For that, again, you have to look at the prime factors. Now see the first step here. Based on the pairs that you had got, you said whether this number was a perfect square or not. So since 3 did not have a pair, you said this is not a perfect square. Now to find the smallest multiple which is a perfect square, we said if we had to multiply 3 by 3, then this would have been a perfect square. So that means here what we have done is to get the perfect square, we have multiplied 3 by 3. Correct? So these are your prime factors for which number? For 7, 0, 5, 6. Correct? Now, if these are the prime factors for 7056, we have to find the square root of 7056. For this, we are going to take 1 from each of these pairs. So, we have taken 2, 2, 3, and 7. And multiplying these, now we have got the square root of 7056. Okay? Next example, find the smallest number by which 9408 must be divided so that the quotient is a perfect square. Also find the square root of the quotient. So the first question is find the smallest number by which 9408 must be divided. So let's look at this number. We will find the prime factors of 9408. So once we find the prime factors of this number, we are going to make them into pairs. So we have made them into pairs and we have seen here that 3 does not have a pair. It does not have a partner. So what we need to do is we need to divide this number which is given by this prime factor which does not form a pair. So on division we will get the quotient which is 3136. You have finished the first part of the problem now. You have found the smallest number which is 3. Now you have to find the square root of the quotient. What is the quotient? 3136. So for that, okay, now we have to do the next part. We have been asked to find the square root of the quotient. The quotient, the answer that we got on dividing is 3136. Now to find its square root, first we need to know what are its prime factors. So to find the prime factors, we will do the necessary operation on it. So here we have found the prime factors of 3136. After we find the prime factors, what is the next step? We make them into pairs. So we find the pairs of the prime factors. So all of these are in pairs. So you can see they are all in pairs. So what's the next step? You take one from each of these pairs and you multiply them. So you've taken 1, 2, 2, 2 and 7 and you multiplied them with each other to get the answer. So the square root of 3136 is 56. Now these are exercises for practice. Like I say always, practice is going to make you better. So please do practice these examples that have been given here. There are examples which have been given on your NCERT textbook also. Please do solve these examples and I will see you for the next with the next video. In the next video, we will be finding the square roots by the long division method. Okay, so I will see you with the next video. Thank you for watching.